failure in this plane, but the first time he was able to land at a nearby airport. The plane was towed and there were no injuries. That'd be crazy. You're driving and you see that.
All of a sudden there's a plane. Yeah.
Gosh. Well, Nick is here with sports, and it was a pretty crazy day for high school sports today, right?
Yeah, almost as crazy as seeing a plane land right there on the freeway, Sarah. State championship track and field. We were getting to hear from one of the best runners of the state. We also have district championship Saturday baseball and district championship softball for our prep teams. You're going to hear from one squad whose win today was made a little bit more special because of what happened in the basketball season. Find out why when we come back.
This is the 6 Sports Desk.
What a day we had in high school sports. Arguably the best day of the year for our spring sport athletes here in Mid-Michigan. Starting on the track, the Lansing Catholic boys track and field team held off Saugatuck by 1 point to be crowned the Division III state champions. Then a Division I meet was out at Rockford High School, and our eyes were locked on Holtz-Kellen Reed. In the long jump, Reed launched himself 22 feet 7 inches, which was good for first place after the first 2 rounds. But in the final round, Dimitri Robertson of Muskegon Mona Shores jumped over 23 feet to take first place, as Reed would finish second in the state. Then not even an hour later, Reed turned his attention to the 100-meter dash, and unfortunately, that's where Reed would appear to injure his hamstring mid-race. It's a tough way for the Grand Valley football team to end his high school career, but it's a lot easier when he has his family by his side.
I just appreciated them being for me in that time. I definitely needed somebody, and my parents were there, so I'm very thankful for them. I'm a little bit hurt mentally and physically, but it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason, so I know I'll come back strong over the summer and keep working hard to get back to where I was.
And despite the injury, Reed wasn't going to let that stop him from competing in the 200-meter dash. He would walk the race and receive a standing ovation from the crowd. From all of us here at 6 Sports, congratulations on a wonderful high school career, Kellen. Also in Division I, both East Lansing 4x200 meter teams put on a show. The boys featured Jeffrey Bridges, Jaden Patterson, Temi Okabanjo, and Donathan Patterson. They ran a time of 1 minute 28.29 seconds, which won the middle heat. But in the third heat, Detroit U of D Jesuit beat the Trojans' time by 0.23 seconds to win the state title. The girls relay team of Janelle Brown, Ariana Bertley, Corinne Jones, and Kamari Hawkins ran a 1 minute and 41 second race to take home the third best time in the state. In high school baseball, today is better known as District Championship Saturday. Since 10 a.m. this morning, our local high school baseball teams were giving everything they had. In Division I, out at Grand Ledge, Holt beat DeWitt by 4-0 in the early game. Then the hometown Comets made quick work of Waverly, winning the district semifinal 11-0, which set up the championship game between the Rams and GL. And you know the Comet faithful was posted up to see if their boys could win their second straight district crown. Bottom of the fourth, game tied at 1, and starting pitcher Kyle Smith makes sweet, sweet music with his bat, launching this ball in the left field for the RBI double to help GL finish in the inning with a 2-run lead. But in the top of the sixth, Holt's Matthew Barger decided he wanted to spice things up, knocking a 2-run jack into the parking lot, and he is mobbed at the plate for making this a 3-3 ball game. It hyped up the Rams because a little later in the inning, Eddie McDonald Jr. got the ball to fall for an RBI single to put Holt up 4-3 for its first lead of the game. You might as well call Jacob Walter Mr. Clutch. GL threatening with runners in scoring position in the bottom of the sixth, and he delivers a massive inning-ending strikeout to keep the Rams on top 4-3. Later, Grand Ledge down to its final out, and the Rams close the door for good. 4-3, the final for their first district title in 5 seasons, and everyone was raving about Walter.
I love that guy, dude. He came in clutch for us.
We got through that first triple, which hits happen, but I needed to reset, lock back in, get into my right mind space. And once I got that, I figured out what I needed to do, throw strikes, get outs, and that's what we did. We executed.
Not only did you guys win today, your softball team was able to get it done as well. So 2 district championships in one day. What's that like?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's news. I didn't know they won it. Awesome. Congrats, girls.
Over at East Lansing, the Trojans were feeling good, tied at 1, going into the top of the 8th in their district semifinal against Brighton. But those good vibes didn't last long because the Bulldogs' bats came alive. That's Jack Story sneaking one through the right center field, and Trent Mayhew makes a stomp on home plate with authority, 3-1 Brighton. Then Lane Petit decides to give one a ride all the way back to the fence and center, a 2-run triple, and the Bulldogs are just getting silly with it. 2 batters later, it's Luke McCunick who goes shopping to the gap in center for a 2-run double. It was all part of a 7-run top of the 8th for the Bulldogs. The Trojans weren't able to answer in the bottom of the 8th. Brighton wins it 8-1 the final, ending the Trojan season with a final record of 12-21. In Division III, the Potterville Vikings looking to show out in the home of the Lansing Catholic Cougars, who were fired up to start this game. How about just 3 batters in with runners in scoring position? Daniel Shipman smacks one through the left side of the infield. That'll bring Austin Gates and Jake Sudal home safely as Shipman ends up at second with an RBI double. The Cougars wanted even more in the first inning as Andrew Phelps chops one underneath the glove of Potterville's shortstop, bringing Ty Trahey home from third. The Cougars were up 10-0 after just 3 innings and went on to win it 13-0 in just 5 innings. And in the championship game, the Cougars beat Springport 14-2 to win the district crown. Beat Saranac and the crown to district champs for the 3rd season in a row. And in Division IV, Dansville took care of Lansing Christian 13-0 in 6 innings. The Aggies are also district champs for the 3rd straight season. Our local softball teams were also winning district championships today. Defending Division II state champs, the Owasso Trojans not only beat Williamston 6-0 in the district semifinal, but then beat Hazlitt 6-0 in the district championship game. In Division IV, we had a pair of rivals battling it out for a district crown as Portland St. Patrick was taking on Fowler at Carson City Crystal. Picking up the action in the 6th inning, Riley Scheider found herself in a zone in the circle. She picks up a big strikeout in her complete complete game effort for St. Pat's, and she would have plenty of run support in the 7th inning. Lydia Meredith reaches first on an error and is fired up after looking back and seeing Carly Shire crossing home plate. And a few at-bats later, Natalie Teachworth smacks a dirt devil to the Fowler shortstop, bringing home another run for the Shamrocks as Portland St. Patrick wins it 6-0 to capture its 2nd straight district title. And this one feels a little extra special for a group that saw Fowler take a district title for them on the basketball court.
A lot of built-up anxiety around facing them again. You know, coming out of basketball was such a strong, competitive district game, and then coming into today, we knew that we needed to play our game.
It's like a family. Like, we have fun, but we're also focused. We work so well together, and when we set our minds to it, I think we can do anything. So many emotions. It's just overwhelming happiness, and I'm excited for regionals.
Let's check in on some other softball district championships. The Holt Rams are back-to-back district champs, beating Okemos 12-0 in 5 innings. And the DeWitt Panthers beat Waverly 9-1 to also be crowned back-to-back district champs. Division II, Ionia Bulldogs won their 4th district title in program history, beating Portland 12-9 in extra innings. And the Mounties of Jackson Northwest took care of business against Eaton Rapids with winning the district final 7-0. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast, so stay with us.